Oh, hi, Mark. What's up, guys? Just want to throw on this shirt. Oh, you guys are seeing a little bit of a glare here, aren't you? I'm going to start building the Exia, but I just need a minute here to just to turn that off for sure. Okay, and so let's just mute that. Yeah, so like, just give me a minute here. Putting my son to sleep tonight. I was like basically asleep, basically fell asleep, and I had to get up and then was going to do this, and just felt like really tired. But, and then I was not going to do this, but then I am feeling okay now, so we're going to do this. We're going to get started. So I'll stay, well, yeah, we'll get a little bit going. But yeah, was this close to not streaming. That's kind of annoying me. I guess you're just seeing this, aren't you? Let's see if I can fix that, make that a little bit less. You guys are seeing this stream like it's a Star Wars movie or a Star Trek there with all of that. There we go. That battles that a little bit. Right. Light out of the camera. Sorry for not setting that up beforehand. Like I said, all right. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing here too. Tonight's drink is sujongwa. Sujongwa is Korean. It's like cinnamon juice. James Cameron. That's not James Cameron, the lens flare, but who's that? The guy with all the lens flares. It's not James Cameron. Do the Star Trek recent movies. What's his name? You guys know who I'm talking about. Yeah, so I was feeling real sleepy. I was about to not do this stream. And then I said, no. You don't sleep. I've seen J.J. Abrams, that's what it was, thank you. I've said probably in other videos at other times that I'm pretty sure I remember my mom telling me, you can sleep when you're dead. Probably at one time when I was like trying to sleep in the morning and not go to school or whatever it was. I'm pretty sure though she probably didn't say it that morbidly. She probably didn't say you can sleep when you're dead. But she said something along those lines. And at least whatever she said, that's how it's stuck in my mind. And sleep is very important. You should sleep enough. I'll be okay. It's basically like as long as I feel okay right now, then I just assume that I'll be okay tomorrow. But yeah. So yeah, I'm actually building it. Can you believe it? You guys never would have expected me to actually build this kit. But here I am building it. So those of you guys hanging out in the chat, if you're going to be here for a while, and if you want to ask some questions or something, well, basically just if you want to ask some questions, please put your questions in all caps. That way when I look up at the chat, I can see the questions easily. Pick that out and just kind of engage in some conversation with you guys by answering some questions. Otherwise, I'll just kind of ramble on about whatever. I can also give you guys a quick review of these headphones. I don't really want to do like a a full video review of some stupid Evangelion headphones, but I'll just tell you guys that these are not really good headphones by any means. They're just novelty because they say nerve on them because they're Evangelion styled. They're not that comfortable. The audio is not, I mean, it's just average. It's not like anything great. I'm sure you probably could have guessed that, but just in case any of you guys were wondering. What is your airbrush setup? My airbrush setup. Yes, of course. My airbrush that I'm using is an Iwata Eclipse that was actually given to me by a friend. And it's still worked very well. I also have a Badger, and when I've tried to use that a couple of times, I had trouble with it, so I tend to just stick with the Iwata. If that ever craps out on me, then I may give the Badger another try, but as long as that's working perfectly fine, I'll just stick with that. Why is Gunpla awesome? Naresh wants to know. Because what other hobby will give you a tiny 1/60 scale figure of F. All right, so that's the pilot figures out of the way. Let me set the LED box aside, and let's get a cracking. Bryce said he loves the shirt. Yeah, I love the shirt too, and I've worn it in a couple of videos, and people have asked me about how to buy it. Unfortunately, this particular design isn't for sale on their site, but you can get other similar ones on their site. It's just newtypeofficial.com, just newtypeofficial.com. That's the shop. I did a video on that. You can check that out. That was maybe about a month and a half ago or something like that. What is the best thing to use to wash runners? You don't need to wash runners. That was a stupid thing to put in the video. If you're referring to my old video, you need to wash parts before painting, but it's kind of stupid to wash them before even while they're just still on the runners. What can I say? I've been meaning to do a redux of my Gunpla building, like my original Gunpla building series, which I think is what has brought a lot of people to my channel by finding that series and following that build of the Yakudoga. But yeah, the first episode I especially want to redo because that's something I get that now I know just kind of stupid. There wasn't really any point to doing that, showing about washing the runners. It's honestly kind of embarrassing because you really don't need to. It just sounds kind of stupid to even do that, but you live and you learn. So especially want to redo that first video, and I better go get some batteries for this while I'm at it. I guess it won't be difficult to just put in some batteries later. So I'll wait till I've gotten a little bit of this built. But that's pretty much it. It's like an old, what was that? Like an old, what would it be, like a 1950s television? Got on. Oh, I guess they didn't have remote controls at that time yet, but whenever they had their first remote controls, on, off, and it was maybe change the channel. I don't know. Anyway, it reminds me of some old ass thing here. All right, so we're building the base first. I need to have the instructions not here on the table. That'd be helpful. But the thing is that where I usually put them when I do this is up there, and that area is kind of crowded at the moment. So let's see if I can get this to balance there. Move this Mac K fellow. Like that. Problem is this manual is very hefty. Okay, that should work. Yeah, let's get cutting some of these parts here. So we're just using these XC5. I can probably just cut all of these parts out. I probably don't really need to pay attention to which parts I need for which exact step, because all of these parts will be going into this section. So let's see, 9 and 10. So we'll get the base done, of course, and then we'll maybe get started on the build a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to get too far tonight. Get as far as I can. I'll try to work a little bit quickly. I'm not going to work like High Building Japan quickly, but I'm going to try to work quickly and neatly. I'm not just going to completely leave the nubs on there. That's just like counterproductive in the long run. 1 and 1. And I never whenever, I don't know if they still do this. I don't think so, because I think this is mostly Sid that was doing this when he was at High Building Japan. Now that he's gone, they maybe don't do this anymore. But when High Building Japan would do those live stream builds of like some new popular kit or something, and I'd see that like Sid had like built a master grade in like 3 hours, and I didn't like sit through the video or even like scrub to the end of the video to check or anything. It's a huge gates on this, but I can't imagine the nub marks on that kit look even close to what you could call good. So yeah, I don't want to work that fast, because if I just like leave huge nub marks on the kit now, I'm just gonna have to fix them again later. So might as well just build it at least pretty good straight out of the bat. On these big parts, these are some huge gates. Let me just give you guys a warning to hopefully save you guys some nippers. If you're using this type nipper, that are like the really thin blade type, I would not recommend using these on some of these parts that have like really huge gates, because you could very easily break the blade of your nipper. And especially if you're using something like God hands, really expensive ones, then yeah, please don't do that. They're definitely not made to cut anything that thick. XC4, XB2, XC3. Yeah, right, I can probably just cut out all these. Just do this, this, this. Will you paint it? Fort asking, will I paint it? I'm sure I will probably paint this eventually, but not anytime soon. I have about 13 personal projects that I'm personally working on, and then like 4 commission projects that I also have to do. So you might say that I have a lot of things to do. So taking on building this kit as well, or painting this kit as well, is not something I can say that I would do at this time, unless I get commissioned to paint it. Even then, like I said, it's behind like 4 other projects, so it wouldn't be anytime soon. And to be honest, I'm thinking about just not doing commissions anymore after I finish the ones that I currently have. And if you guys watched my video related to what this is about 2 weeks ago, talking about commission work and mentioning kind of about some of the more stressful aspects of that. The reason why I would quit doing commission work is not because of that, not because of like dealing with the stress of people who just like don't really get the cost, but the reason would just be more just because I want to just work on my own stuff. There's so many really cool ideas that I have that I want to make, and Yeah, as you guys may well know, I don't have a problem selling my own work. Most everything that I've made, and people ask me this quite often as well. They're like, "Oh, show us your display, or where do you have your kits on display?" Um, like my painted builds, I just sell those because, like as I always say, the enjoyment for me that I get out of the process is just the process. After that, I don't really feel any like really special attachment to have it sitting on my shelf forever. So yeah, I have a lot of ideas of things that I want to do, and I have no problem selling that stuff. So while commission work gets you money, I can just as easily get money just by just doing my own work and selling that. So we'll probably get out of doing commissions after I'm through with the current ones that I'm doing. Any MG kit you'd like to see produced that isn't already made? Steve Middleford asks. MG kit. There's a lot, really, to be honest. Most of them would be kind of more 2.0s of some of the older ones that we already have. So like I would really love to see a 2.0 Alex, a 2.0 of the GP series Gundams, the GP.1, the GP.2, GP.3. Would love to see 2.0 versions of those because they're quite old and dated. Would love to see 2.0s of the G Gundam master grades. There's only a couple of them, so would love to see either 2.0s of those, or it would be in an ideal world, I'd love to see 2.0s of those ones that already exist, like the God Gundam, the Master Gundam, and then also see some master grades of the other Gundams from like the other lead Gundams from G Gundam. G Gundam is not universally popular. I think people either love it or hate it. I'm one of the people who really enjoy it. I like how different it is and not just how silly it is, while still having some really cool like Gundam fight scenes in it. Not realistic by any terms, but what's your all-time favorite mobile suit? Don't really have one. I don't think I really have one. And this is if you've ever watched any of my live streams where I'm answering questions, this is a question that I pretty much get without fail. What's your favorite mobile suit? And yeah, I just don't really have one. There's so many, and I don't know how you would even go about picking a favorite. Anyone who tells you what their favorite mobile suit is, I think they just haven't watched enough Gundam series, or just like haven't spent enough time on Gundam Wiki or MAHQ or something like that, looking at all the different designs there. There's like a million. So I don't know how you could ever choose one to be your definitive all-time favorite mobile suit. I guess, there's just one design that just you really absolutely love. And I just love them all equally. No, definitely not equally. There's definitely ones that I like much more than others. F91 series Gundams, for example, I'm not really into them as much. The designs generally aren't really appealing to me. For example, Char's counterattack is mixed. I'm one of those, I think, very few people who are not really all that into the new Gundam. The Sazabi, of course, is an awesome design. The Yakadoga is a cool design. I love that design and love the HG kit. That's one of my favorite HG kits. So that's kind of mixed for me. Other things, yep, I can't really think of one EFF or EFSF design from Char's counterattack that I really enjoy. Xeon suits were cool, but that's pretty much it. So I don't have a favorite mobile suit. I should do a frequently asked question video on that to hopefully lay that question to rest. Would you build a PG Dendrobium if they made it? What a silly question. Would I build a PD Dendrobium? I guess. If I got one. It'd just be so ridiculous. Like, yes, I probably would build it because it'd be really cool. But at the same time, immediately after building it, I wouldn't be able to wait to get it out of my house. RG Providence? No, thanks. I'm good on that. It was cool to get the Master Grade Providence. It didn't end up being as cool as I would have liked because I quite like the design. But I ended up liking the design of the third-party version more than just. And people are pretty mixed on that. I've seen a lot of people say they much prefer Bandai's version. It's much more accurate, as you would assume it should be. But I like the little bit more stylized version from whatever company that was that made that. I can't remember at the moment, but that also made the other Providence Gundam. An MS you'd like to see made into RG. Okay, this is something that I'm sure talked about on multiple live streams before, but I'm not that big of a fan of the RG line, so I kind of don't really wish for anything to come out in the RG line. When the RG line first started, I wasn't really into it. I just didn't really care because it started off with the Gundam and the Zaku, and we already have a million different versions of the Gundam and the Zaku. And then I think like a few other things came out. The Zeta came out, and I'm not really that into the Zeta either. But finally, I did get one and build one. I think it was the RG Zaku or the Mark II. One of those is the one that I built first, and then I loved it because that was before I was painting, and those kits look really good. Just built just straight out of the box. Throw some stickers on there. They look really cool, just straight out of the box. The color separation on them is really nice. The details, all that. But now that I am painting, I don't really enjoy them quite as much. They tend to be a little bit more fragile, a little bit more finicky. You have really small parts, so like when you're in the painting process, some of those really small parts can be hard to clip. And so I just prefer master grades. The previous question asking about what kit I would like to see come out as a master grade is a question that I would have a much easier time answering. What kit I would like to come out? What kit I would like to see come out as a real grade? It's more like I would just rephrase the question back at you of, okay, well here's some designs that I would like to see come out as master grades, but not real grades. If that makes sense. I'm sure that makes sense. Where's the Tristan? He's asking, where's the Tristan? Are you done with it? It's right here. No, it's not done. It's pretty much in the same state as when you guys last saw it. If you didn't know, I went to Tokyo for a weekend, and then since I've been back there, I've been trying to get caught up on reviews, building some stuff, and then this came, so we'll hopefully get the next episode of the Tristan series out for you guys next week. I'm sure this kit will take me on through the weekend, but also really need some time to work on the guide. I've started working on the Tokyo guide, but obviously that takes a lot of time too. So there's only so many hours in the day. Luckily, December is very slow. There's only like 2 kits that come out in December. This and like the Blue Destiny Unit 2, which I'm on the fence about whether I want to get that or not. I didn't really. The Blue Destiny 1 it's a really fantastic kit, but the design is just not that appealing to me. So I haven't really decided whether I want to get the Unit 2 or not. I could really use that time for other things, so I may just skip that. I do like the design of the Unit 2 a little bit more than Unit 1. So I kind of would like to get that. But right now, especially with my daughter on the way very soon in just a few weeks, time is very, very in very high value right now. So yeah, one reason why I'm doing this and not sleeping right now is as much as I wanted to sleep. I know got to get cracking on this kid because there's things to do, man. All right. Any other questions? Again, if you guys have questions, feel free to leave those there in the chat. Leave them in all caps so that I can pick them out of the chat when I look up. What was your favorite part of your trip to Tokyo? That's hard. It was a hard trip, to be honest. Like, it was very busy. I mean, of course it's fun because you're in Tokyo and you're going around. I mean, basically the whole point was to go to like every single Gundam store. So that's fun. But man, it was just a lot of walking. I did more walking in a day than I do in a month. And it was exhausting for me. And like I said, I was joined by one or two friends all along the way. And man, props to them for sticking through with that, because I don't know if it was harder for me because I like also had like the added stress of like not only like the physical exhaustion, but like also like trying to stay focused on what I was doing there. I'm sure it was really exhausting for them too. But of other good points, I mean, the meetup was really cool. Like, I was really only expecting like one or two, like maximum 3 people for the meetup. But we ended up having like 10 people. That was pretty awesome. And a really diverse group as well. So we had like a couple of guys who are living in Japan, a few people who are just traveling there, a few people who are just students there, studying abroad, foreigners, but studying abroad in Tokyo. And then one guy who was just like a Japanese national, a Japanese guy, came as well. So it was a really cool bunch of people. That was probably the highlight, just hanging out with people. And while we were hanging out with people, really, Gundam and Gunpla was maybe about 5% of the conversation. We really got off to talking about just all sorts of other different things, kind of just things that you would normally get to talking about when you meet up with other foreigners abroad in other countries. So Gunpla was, I guess, is what brought us together, but then we were just kind of enjoying the time, so it was good. Thought on MSD line, possible MG. I like the MSD kits. That's referring to the HG Gundam The Origin MSD designs, in case anyone's unfamiliar with that. Yeah, they're really cool designs. I haven't built the Zaku half cannon yet. That's probably going to be on my snapping to-do list next week. I went for the Cassilia Zaku first just to get that out of the way. But I am really excited for the half cannon, and then I also have the P Bandai, the Zaku cannon test type. Okay, I have that pre-ordered, so I'll be reviewing that when I get it. I think that'll be, I think that's coming in February, or I may not get that until March or something. So, do you pre-order the Converge Queen Mansa and Faz and Devil Gundam? Yes, of course. You guys know me. There won't be a Converge EX release that I don't pre-order. I didn't get the Newsio because I didn't really like the look of that. I even saw it multiple times in Japan while we were there, while we were looking around. And I thought, should I get the Converge Newsio? But every time I was just like, no, there's a reason I passed up the first time, and that's why I can pass up again. As much as I love Converge figures, I just wasn't really that into the design of that particular one. So, all right. everything's all cleaned up, let's put together the base. And okay, after this, I'm actually not listening to anything at the moment, so I don't really know why I'm wearing the headphones, especially because they're not particularly comfortable. When are the whiskey reviews coming? I did also enjoy some nice Japanese whiskey while I was there. I mentioned that as something that I wanted to do while I was there, and I did do that, and it was pretty good. So I won't have any whiskey reviews coming for you guys. I didn't buy any to bring some home. I kind of that totally just slipped my mind, to be honest. I was planning on buying some at like the duty-free shop and bringing some home with me, but I just totally forgot. Yeah. I think that's supposed to go like this, eh? Okay. So, unfortunately, I didn't bring any whiskey home, but I did enjoy some while I was there. And I don't remember what was the name of whatever I had either, actually. New Gundam Burka or High New Gundam Burka. Personally, I would go for the High New. That's just my personal taste. I think if you want like probably the better kit is probably the new. Just because it has a nicer inner frame. I think most people would agree. Well, okay, well, that's wrong. The new Gundam has a nicer frame, probably a more complex frame, more detailed frame, whereas the Hainu's frame is definitely a little bit more simplified. But if you're like me and you don't really care that much about what the frame is like, you just care about the exterior look. I prefer the look of the Hainu. Yeah. We got this guy here. Oh, we need to run the wire up through here. I should probably get some tweezers to help with stringing this wire through this stuff. Yeah. Arrows indicate the grooves for the wires. Yes, I can see that. Okay. Whoa! Check it out. Yeah. Will you upload meet and greet video? I didn't take a video of the meet and greet. The only video that I did take there was of the Gundam base, and that video is uploaded already. I didn't want to spend a lot of time working on videos while I was there because that was not the purpose of that trip. Most of the places I went to, I've already made videos on, and of the other places, I just didn't want to use that time for that. So let's see, we got this guy here, and the wire needs to go up through here and here, up through there. Do you travel to Japan often to see some of the latest stuff? No, not really. I mean, it depends on what you mean by often, but yeah, I've been there this past November, and then I was there a year ago in November, and I was actually there in January as well. That was just for a family vacation. Turn the part. Damn, just turn the wire. Now I have to turn the part. This big old thing. And that goes in here. Oh, whoa. Amazing. Oh. That's tricky. how tight do I need to pull this wire right now? Because I don't know. Okay, let's see. That needs to go up through there, and this around there. Because once this is through here, it's going to be hard to pull this wire. So I'm guessing that just goes like that. I need a tool. Around there, up through here, and up through there. Yay! Wait. Do you feel sad after Dragon Momoko got captured? No, not at all. And I've been contemplating whether I want to do a video on this or not, because I kind of just don't want to. But at the same time, I've been getting asked about it a lot, and I was kind of wanting to do a similar kind of video on the subject of kind of bootlegs and things already. It was something that I was kind of already thinking about doing a video on. So I might, I guess, do a video on my thoughts on Dragon Ball Momoko. This is annoying. So how much of this? Okay, shit. Oh, I should have saw that first. Okay, dumb, stupid. I was wondering about how much wire I need on each end of this, and it says right there. I just wasn't paying attention, so rewire that again. I don't care about Dragon Momoko, to be honest. I enjoyed their products well enough, the products that I've tried of theirs. But I don't know why I should care about that. They're not going to be making kits anymore. But some other company will. Bandai's still around. Bandai's still making kits. I obviously have plenty of stuff to work on, so the fact that Dragon Momoko won't be around anymore really just doesn't matter at all to me. I guess I feel sorry for the guys that worked there, because now they're out of the job, but I think they kind of had to know the risk of that potentially happening. So yeah, I just really don't really care that much. Well, seeing from this angle, where are you going to put this PG at? When I'm done building this, probably where this is going to end up is back in the box for the time being. And then later on, whenever it comes time to actually painting it, then I'll paint it and probably at that point sell it. So yeah. It goes back to the question that I was kind of talking a little bit about earlier, about people asking where do I display my kits. I just kind of don't. I know that probably seems like sacrilegious to some people to just build kits and then just put them right back in the box. But yeah, displaying is not my it's not my concern. And this probably should have paid attention to how much slack I need. Oh no, okay, so never mind. Heavy weapon system new or heavy weapon system high new? Erwin, I'm starting to think that you're just messing with me. It's the second question I've seen from you, and the second question that I've had to pause and wonder if it's a serious question. But the heavy weapon system new or high new, I would have to say also going to the high new. All right, need to focus here for a minute because I don't want to mess up any of this wiring. So this needs to also go through there in the same way. Okay, so this guy here Do you display none of your kits? I have a few on the shelf here, but half of those are just on display, are just up on my shelf just because I don't have the boxes for them. And it's really not for any particular other reason than that. I need something to push this wire. The old Tamiya paint stir stick finds use again. One of the most useful tools in my toolbox. Get down in there where you're supposed to be. Half of this video, half of this stream is just going to be putting together the base. I'm sorry that must be extremely boring. But as tend to happen, things just take longer than you expected. It is a perfect grade after all. It's gonna take some time. So that goes up and around and all that. And on this side, that's what's going on with that. And then up through there, like this. We're in the home stretch. Can't wait to close this up. And we're out. And then I can take this piece and put this on here. I have heard that there is a problem with this kit, that it seems to be a bit weak in the waist section. And I don't know exactly what that means, but apparently when it's up, when it's hanging, suspended on this arm, then apparently it kind of falls out at the waist. So I haven't seen that in pictures or video exactly, so I don't know for sure about that. Where does this go? I'm just kind of guessing. I should turn the page. But yeah, so apparently this kit does have a weak point. Okay, so I guess I didn't need this part or this part at this time. My good buddy Sungdong already did a live stream of building this kit on Sunday. And that's who I heard that from. Indirectly, actually, Alex told me, but I think he heard from Sungdong. So this guy, whoa, go in here like this. And these guys through there. And through here. Shoot, shoot, shoot. There we go. And I suppose I can hold these wires in place with these guys. On a side note, have you guys seen, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago when Larry David was on Saturday Night Live, and there was a skit that they did called Beers. It's really funny. I really enjoyed that. That goes there. Okay. And this goes here. Oh, actually, that was supposed to be on last, but hopefully it'll be okay. Then we need to extend this. Here's the extending up action. Shit. Whoop, 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 whoop. Extend that, lock that, and place this. Ooh, ingenious. Bandai, you've done it again. Never thief to a maze. Oh, get lost. This side is for if you don't have the LED unit, but if you do, this side, please. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, live stream is done. We built the perfect grade Exia base, and it only took how long have we been going? Like 50 minutes, 45 minutes. Yeah, it looks like a PS1. That's exactly right. It certainly does. And it's right about the exact same size almost too. Let's set this to the side, and before continuing on with the Gundam, so this piece I actually didn't need to cut out yet, but just toss that in the box for now. Before moving on, I want to switch to some phones. I would like to listen to some music while working on this, and those already are uncomfortable. So put this base to the side if I can find somewhere to put it. Over there. And I want to go grab my earphones, so hang on just a minute. Hey Zach, when do you think Bandai will release the RG Banshee? The Banshee, I believe I saw was slated for March, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the base looks very complicated. It's very detailed. It's not really all that complicated, to be honest. Those parts had some huge gates on them, so. Let's get to work. Runner I. Runner I, 11 and 12. $14. 22, 23. Dead by 19. And okay, and then runner S. Oh, that's the sorry. That's the polycap runner. 6. Six, 7, 5, and a C. Eight. An interesting material, this runner for sure. It's odd. So we're starting off with some of this frame of the torso here. Apparently, I'm following the manual, which I don't always do. I'll often not follow the course of the manual, but in this case, just for the sake of it, we will. So yeah, can you enjoy Gunpla without watching any of the animes, right? Yeah, of course. Uh, I've not seen all of the different anime series. There's a few series that I've yet to watch. That's totally cool. Some people have like know everything about all the different anime series and all the manga stories and everything like that. And that's cool, and that probably does make it a little bit more exciting. That probably does make it exciting working on like some of their favorite designs or something like that. But I think just yeah, obviously you don't need any prior knowledge. I think as a YouTuber though, definitely helps to know a little bit about what you're talking about. That gets me in trouble sometimes because some stuff I don't really know as much about. And I'm definitely not the best person, the most knowledgeable person when it comes to Gundam lore and things like that. So yeah. Hey, Zach, longtime subscriber of the channel. You featured my GM Sniper diorama on Gcheck and inspired me to start my own channel to feature my work. Thank you. Keep up the solid shows. You're welcome, Gimbal. What Gundam series is the most overrated for you? Oh, well, if I want to start a flame war in the chat, I'm gonna say Armed Blood Orphans. But I do think Armed Blood Orphans is overrated. But I also just kind of just disagree with the term overrated because I mean you just like whatever you like. I mean I know overrated is referring to like it's like just liked or critically acclaimed higher than what it probably should be. I think there's things that I liked and disliked for sure about Armed Blood Orphans. I think it started off really interesting, and then the story just didn't really go as good as it could have in my mind. It, it's I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it, but I don't know. I think we just it's just so popular because it's a new and popular anime. It ended up being a very popular anime just in general, not even like just like for Gundam fans, but just for anime fans. And that ended up bringing a lot more people into Gunpla because of that. So that's cool. Uh, yeah, most overrated Gundam series. Hmm. I would say Wing is also quite overrated, but I think pretty much everyone who likes Wing knows that. I think everyone who has their nostalgia glasses on when thinking about Gundam Wing knows that nostalgia plays a big part in liking that series because it's not very good. And I think anyone who, including me, who really enjoyed it a lot, like watching it the first time when I was like in middle school or whatever. But when you try to rewatch it later, and it's not hard to see that it's not hard to tell that it doesn't hold up very well. Very convoluted story. All the recycled animation, that's one of the worst things for me. Like Reconquista and G was also not good, but at least the animation was really good. So you gotta give it that. Uh, Speaking of Reconquista and G, though, I've still yet to finish that. I only got like 10 episodes in. Oh, see? Got to pay attention to the instructions. I was actually supposed to put the LED in first before that polycap. So luckily, it's easy enough to pull out. And where's the LEDs? We need LED unit E. Yeah, Wing. I'm not saying Wing is a totally useless series. Wing does have some cool designs, and there's aspects of it. I think some of the characters are quite interesting. Some of the story arcs are interesting. The story arc of Zex and the Tall Geese one is a really cool part of that series of that story. So yeah, I'm not saying Wing is garbage. I'm just saying nostalgia definitely plays a part in anyone who's saying that they enjoy Gundam Wing. So all right, this is like looking very complicated. So let's see. Guide the wire through here. Yes, and this goes where? Like this. Okay, wait. That's 1, 2. Polycap. Take it slow. One step at a time. And 3 is just to pull that. 4 is to push that. To where? Like that, I guess. Okay. Pass through. What? Shall we? Pass through the connectors one by one. Okay, so just through the center over there, apparently. Yep, not you see. Oh, my bad. Oh, you guys are carrying on in the chat. Good, because I'm kind of ignoring that here. Hang on, let me. Hello, Simon. And hey, Adam. This goes like that. And then this one through here. Like that. Check that out. All right. Ooh. So here, this is kind of interesting. Just in the, this is like the main center LED unit here, and then we have these clear parts here on the side. I guess something to point here. And you can see this kind of like triangular part here of that inside. That's because there's the LED light right there, so it's bringing the LED, bringing this clear part just right up next to the LED, so that the LED light will fill this part up really nicely. So that's cool, for sure. Let's move on. Everyone there in the chat, say hello to Adam and shop at USA Gundam Store. Is that clear part rubber or PS? Let me check, because I think it is PS. I'm sure it's polystyrene. Yeah, it's polystyrene. Yeah, it's polystyrene runner, but it's definitely softer than other things. It doesn't. It's not like really bendy. It's not like quite like as soft as polycap material, but it's close to that. All right. D6, our pilot chair. And D. Any more D on this page? Any more D on this page? Okay. C12. 11, 12, 11, 12. Okay. Nippers are getting really stuck in there. Yep. I was trying to check if the super chat function is working. Can you guys see? I'm not saying you have to use it, but are you guys seeing the option? You can use the super chat. I'm just wondering if that is, if you guys are seeing that on the screen or not. No more C for this page. Okay. Anyway, so okay, 13, 19. 13, 19. Okay, 13, 19, 14. 17. It's an interesting shaped part. 14, 17, 15, 16. How would you recommend painting the inner frame? The inner frame of this kit? Same as you would anything else, I suppose. Different ways you could go about it. I would paint. I leave stuff together as much as I can. So like if it's a section of the frame where it's made up of a few different parts, but I'm never going to take it apart, and most of it's going to be probably hidden on the inside anyway, and paint all those parts individually, I would just paint that whole section of the frame all in one go. Yeah, 16, 18. Sixteen, 19. Got that. All right. Those clear blue parts, though, yeah. Those clear blue parts are quite cool. I gotta say, guys, I said unless there's some like really detrimental issue of the kit that I haven't discovered yet, because I've only just started building it, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take something pretty big for me to not recommend this kit to you guys, because just from doing the unboxing yesterday and from just starting the build, it is really good. The perfect grade unicorn was really cool, but essentially a lot of the perfect grade unicorn just felt like a scaled up master grade. It had some extra, like it had a lot more added complexity to it. But I guess it also helps that I've never built a master grade Exia. Otherwise, I might be saying the same thing about this. But from what I know of the master grade Exia, I'd say this is much more complicated and probably quite a different building process, especially because you have the LED unit and everything going in as well. So, as far as perfect grades go, I'd say this has to be a really, really good one. Might be a new candidate for the perfect grade that I would recommend to someone who's looking to get their first perfect grade. It's unfortunate that the LED full LED version is as expensive as it is, so that might be a dissuading factor for someone who's looking to their first perfect grade. They might not want to spend that kind of money on their first perfect grade kit, but the LEDs do look really, really good on this kit. Which version of MG Unicorn should I get if I want to be able to transform it? Well, they all transform essentially the same. The OVA version just has a little bit better articulation, slightly, but it's really not that much. The MG Unicorn kit is a kit that looks really good. You can't do a whole lot with it just straight out of the box. The articulation is not that good. It's hindered a lot by the transformation, and it's just got weight issues, things going on because it's a very complex kit. So if you just want a really awesome looking unicorn kit to just stand there, the Master Grade is great. Thoughts on Naoki's red frame? Was it his best? I unfortunately was not able to see that when I was at the Gundam base, because that area of the Gundam base was blocked off because of GBWC. So I wasn't able to see that in person, but of course I'm familiar with the build. I've seen it plenty in the magazine, in the Gundam Hawaii Life magazine. It's a really good build. I'm not super into the Stray, but that's a really, really fantastic build. Naoki's definitely got skills, that to say the least. Any other questions? Any doubts to join GBWC 2018? There's been some controversy about GBWC a little bit this year, kind of more than usual. I have an idea for a diorama build that I would like to do WC. I don't know if that will be next year, probably not, but it is something that I would like to do someday. But to be honest, entering GBWC doesn't really do that much for me to get me excited. I guess you just kind of can say don't knock it till you try it, and maybe I'll enjoy the whole thing a lot more than I am imagining. But I don't know. I enjoy what I do, and that I don't like have some urge that like it's my ultimate dream to win GBWC. I just don't care. That would be cool for sure, but let's see. Ever hit builder's block and how to deal with that? Not really. Kind of, like slightly. This is from Steve asking about builder's block. Yeah, not really. I mean, if you've been following my channel for a while, you may have noticed that I don't really take a break unless it's for a really good reason, for at least like keeping up with the content and reviews and things like that. But yeah, I do kind of get a little bit tired of like if I'm just working on like a painted build of something. It usually tends to happen around the panel lining and decals, like the last phases of the build. I tend to get a little bit tired of them sometimes, just because I find those stages of the build very monotonous and slow for me. I'm just kind of impatient, I think. There's a little what do you do to get past that? I don't know. You work on something else. That's probably why I have like 15 like small side projects all over the place on this room, and they're just like there for if I ever just don't want to work on whatever else I'm working on, and just want to work on something else, I can just pick up one of these other little small projects that I have lying around. So that's not bad. There's pros and cons to that though, because then you just have a lot of small little works in progress just laying all over the place. Doesn't help with clutter. Sorry, I missed that. Someone asked thoughts on the RE gun cannon detector. If you'd have told me, hey, we're getting a, which I was told, it not really all that exciting to me. It's not. It wouldn't be high on my list of choices for the RE line, but it does look really good. I saw it on display in Japan. There at the Gundam base, and it does look really cool. It's a cool design. Uh, wouldn't have been my first pick, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it. One, two, S8. How hard would this kit be to disassemble for paint? Paul asked. Mm, same as anything else. I mean, being that it's a perfect grade and more complex, I wouldn't look forward to the process of disassembling it, but that's just kind of part of the process, unfortunately. So, um, I suppose if you're asking like, would it be okay to just skip the snapping process and just paint it before building it? I also wouldn't really advise that. Um, for example, one of the commissions that I have now is the perfect grade strike, and uh, I snapped all that up. And probably what I'll do is is spray some primer on that before disassembling it. I did that with the 3.0 Gundam as well. I left some sections. I just like took the whole leg. I just separated it into like the main sections and then just sprayed primer over that. As long as it's not covering any clear parts or something like that, then it's not a big issue. Um, and the purpose is just to know which areas are going to be showing and which areas are not, and then I'll disassemble it, and then I'll do another round of primer, which will be more comprehensive. But I think ultimately, while it may take a little bit more time doing it that way, actually will probably save you some time later because you can very easily identify and be aware of the places where the paint will and won't show at all. So let's see. This looks complicated. It goes here. Oh, what a mess. Okay, so this, okay, maybe it's not as complicated as I'm making it out to be. It's through here. There. and out view from above, like that. Okay, so not that complicated. Zach, do you think Bandai ever release a straight option parts for the PG Exia? We will have to wait and see. It's very possible, but who knows, eh? Coming together a bit here. Ever considered the PG Ava 01? Yep, the PG Ava 01 is one of those kits that uh, I always wanted when I was younger because I loved Evangelion and I was just starting to get into models and all of that. Gunpla. But now, in hindsight, I'm glad that I never did buy it because it's expensive and not that great of a model by all accounts. It's cool if you're like a huge Ava fan, which I am, but I really don't think I'd really be too into to owning that, to be honest. I think I'd probably much prefer a Bandai or Kotobukiya kit. But I don't know. Would you guys particularly recommend the PG Ava? I wouldn't think so, but any would love to see you build the Koto Ava kits. I have built and reviewed one Koto Ava kit. It's the only one that I have actually, I think. Yeah. Yep. Only have the one Koto Ava kit, and then I have one Bandai Ava kit as well, which I haven't built yet. I-24. Well, I guess I do have another Bandai Ava kit that I have built, and but it's really old. It's one of the LM series kits of the mass production type Ava. That is another one of my long time works in progress. Because that kit is just like seams everywhere. As they probably all are in that line. Really small and very simple. C, D, D5. D5 and that's all, just the C and B. C13. Huge gate on that. Metal Gear Kodo kits are expensive. Yes, they are. I only have one, and thankfully that was a gift. The Sahelanthropus. I'm sure someday, some point in the future, I'll buy a Kodo Rex kit as well. But yeah, they're definitely not cheap. They're 1414. B11, B1, B211. B. Okay. That takes us through this step, this page. Why are some Kodo kits expensive? Due to license or what reasons? One reason that I've heard, I think, one reason, which is probably the most obvious reason, is just that Kotobukiya is a smaller company than Bandai, so just they're not able to produce the volume. Where Bandai can sell their kits at a little bit cheaper price because they sell at a much higher volume, produce and sell. Where Kotobukiya is a smaller company, still quite large, but not as big as Bandai. But I've also heard from Lincoln in one of his videos that Kotobukiya also has an extra step in their process that costs extra money, of course, and it's baking the runners. So that makes them more resilient, especially to thinners and other thinning agents that we tend to use on kits. Where I guess apparently Bandai doesn't do that step. And that's why we have to be careful using enamel thinner and products that have thinner in them directly on the plastic of Bandai kits. So yeah. Mud asks, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I don't know if that's supposed to be pronounced Mud, but Mud maybe. Are you streaming from your laptop or an external webcam? Maybe. This is just from my laptop. Unfortunately, I have been thinking I probably should get a better webcam. It's just like as a separate thing. That would probably be better quality, and also you guys would be able to see what I'm doing better because I can put the camera like right here. But as of yet, I haven't done that, and may hold off on that because, like I said, it's a few weeks now until my daughter will be born, so probably won't have a lot of time for live streaming for a while. So later, once I'm able to have some more time for some more live streaming, I'm able to do it like sort of regularly. Then I'll go ahead and get a camera, but right now it really wouldn't be all that useful because I just don't often have time for live streaming. I just make time when it's a big event, like the release of a new Perfect Grade. Congrats on the baby. Thank you for the congratulations. And what are we going to name her? Right now, I think we're probably pretty set on Lumi for the name. Lumi is Finnish for snow. Because she's going to be born in January, we wanted something kind of wintry. So we were just kind of searching through wintry names, and that one came up, and we liked that a lot. So neither my wife or I really have any connection to Finland or anything, but it's just a pretty name and means snow, apparently, in Finnish. If anyone's watching this who knows Finnish and who can tell me that that's wrong, please do speak up, but that's what we're thinking at the moment. I think you guys are asking about if I'm playing Gundam Versus or something, and yeah, Jazz would be correct, is that I don't really play games much at all these days. What's my home country is the U.S. I'm from kind of a smaller city, kind of near Chicago in Illinois. It's Midwest represent. V2 asshole buster or Faz Verka. It's a tough choice, but I think I would rather have the Faz Verka because when it comes to the V2 Assault Buster, the HG kit is really nice. I painted that kit, I think like last year, and I enjoyed it a lot. That is a really nice HG kit. Of course, like in Master Grade, you have a lot more detail and a lot more complexity, but the Master Grade V2 Gundam was just not a very fun kit. So I'll just stick with the HD version of that, and I'll take a nice Master Grade Faz because the Master Grade Double Zeta is a really nice, really solid kit. So adding the full armor parts to that, and especially if it's the Faz, the Sentinel version, preferably, that'll be awesome. Gotta love that huge cannon. And then we're gonna get a Master Grade Verka Tryon 3 Gundam, right? No. I don't remember if I on my review of the new Master Grade Double Zeta, I don't remember seeing in the comments about a Master Grade Tryon 3. I'm sure someone said it though, and I'm sure some people have said that, whether it's on YouTube or on Facebook. I would say that's very unlikely though. Yeah, Assault Buster, Roliandi. Yes, we're talking about the Assault Buster like add-on set for the Master Grade V2 Verka. Apparently, like Bandai had designs for it, and it was in consideration for release, but because the V2 itself didn't sell well enough, they just kind of scrapped the add-on set for it. It's kind of a shame because you would have thought that the add-on set is something they only have to produce once, and then you can make some money off of it, and then that can be the end of it. They don't have to worry about doing a rerun of it or something with it being an exclusive set. But they just decided against it and diverted that money into other resources, and I'm sure we probably got some much better kits out of it. So it's all good. Thoughts on IPP EI Gilboo's MS? Oh, sorry, that's all in caps, so I was reading it like that. But Ipe Gilboo's MS design. I'm not familiar with the name, actually, to be honest. So that's another one of those things where I don't really follow or pay that much attention to like the mechanical designers and stuff. Some other people are much better at following that stuff than me. Ooh, that's interesting. Some nice movement on that. I'll show you guys here in a minute. IBO, okay, it's the IBO, Armblood Orphans mechanical designer. Not really into it that much, and to be honest, a little bit disappointed that he's doing the mechanical designs for Gundam Moon as well, because some of the designs look really cool, but I just kind of wish that they were a little bit less Armblood Orphans looking from what I've seen so far. So yeah. The new Rick DJ design. Yeah, it looks cool, but you can definitely see the same kind of influence Uh, is Naoki officially with Bandai? I think Naoki is just uh, I think like most mechanical designers that work on stuff with Bandai, I don't think that they're not like officially on the payroll of Bandai. They're just brought on for certain projects, so it's like freelance kind of thing. When Bandai calls, they go. And when Bandai calls, why wouldn't you go? Yeah, have a look at this. This is pretty cool. The bottom of the waist, when you move it side to side, see those parts here on the side shift like that. There you go. That's pretty cool. Simple thing, but one of the joys of perfect grades. And this one goes here. This one goes here. I need this sticker apparently. That definitely has to be one of the most disappointing things about this kit, though, is just the fact that it doesn't come with any water slides. Very disappointing. Wish they would have done it like with the Providence, where like the deluxe edition or the special edition, whatever it was, the more expensive version did come with water slides. In that case, those water slides weren't actually for the Providence, which was stupid. But sticker B. $103, okay. If I stick, okay, if I stick the sticker on here, won't that kind of like block the light from coming out? Well, let's see. Anyway, so I wish that they kind of would have done that with the PGXE as well, where like the full lighting version came with, at least this version came with some water slides, and then maybe just like the cheaper version comes with stickers, something like that. So you have the clear part from the chest, and you have to stick this sticker on the back of it. I hope that doesn't block the light too much. Have to see. Which will you prefer, Bandai or Dragon Momoko? Bandai. Where do you search for info about Advance of Zeta? You can find scans and translations of Advance of Zeta different places online. I don't know any immediately offhand, but I'm sure you can find that just a little bit of Googling, or ask in a Facebook group. I'm sure someone can point you in the right direction if you're wanting to like read the manga. I'm sure there's some information available on the Gundam wiki page as well, probably. There we go. this clear part looking nice and shiny. Thoughts on the Converge collection? Why I love them? Converge figures are just a lot of fun. What can I say? What else can I say? What's your favorite Gunpla? This one. What are you guys talking about there in the chat? Whoa. I'm just pulling this part off again because I think I may have not left enough slack hanging out of the wire, the LED wire. So I just want to check that. It seems quite short. I think I may have pinched it. Oh, maybe not. Okay. All right. I guess it's just not very long. I am still just really worried about that because you see there's a little bit hanging out for the head. I'm sure it doesn't need that much wire, but that really looks like it should be just a little bit longer. So I'm gonna pull this off again because All right, I guess that's all there is of that. Really feels like that's too short, but I guess that's all there is. Hopefully it'll be okay. We'll see. All right, so there is the torso frame. Next page. Okay. Hi, do you still need help with making a website? Should I contact you on Facebook? Yeah, you can contact me on Facebook. Yeah, I would say at the moment I'm just like much too busy to think too much about a website. So, um, yeah, I am still wanting to put a website together, and I have a few people after I first mentioned that a few people did get in touch with me. So, um, we'll be working on that eventually. But yeah, right now I'm just too busy with other stuff. J 10 2 3. Six, 6, 7, 12. This is getting into the waist section of the frame now. Eleven, 12. Four, 5, 8, 9. All of this seems like all this J runner is all just framed for the waist section, it seems like. And I-20. Hang on. Let's see. Putting on something, I was just changing up my music here. Sorry, guys. Uh, sorry about that. I was just letting YouTube just play whatever it was. It was just on autoplay. It was getting into stuff that I just wasn't really into. Hey, ZakuAurelius, did you already finish snap fitting all kits from your review queue? No. The Cherubim Gundam Saga is snapped up, and the Hazel is snapped, and the Jim Sniper Custom is snapped. But the Zaku Half Cannon is not yet snapped. The Accelerate GNX is not yet snapped. And 24th Century Weapons also not yet snapped. And if any of you guys are wondering, wanting to send me a gift and wondering what to give me, send some more of this stuff because this stuff is mad good. I like at Target in America, they have like they have a bunch of this stuff, and like these bags of like mixed nuts and stuff like that, all different kinds of trail mix, and there's like 50 different flavor varieties. Anything, it doesn't have to be this particular one, but they're so good. The perfect Gunpla snack. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give them 8 very nices. Yeah, very nice snack. And my new sponsor, actually, yeah. Now sponsored by Archer Farms, the official snack of model builders. Just kidding. Although, I would love that. One of the good things about when I go home to the States is stocking up on snacks and bringing them back here. Hi, wow, good luck. You're kind of cheated on the, huh? You kind of cheated on them with PG Exia, though. Who? Oh, the sponsor. You can have more than one sponsor. I mean, just look at NASCAR. USA Gundam store is still my sponsor, of course, for kits, but they don't carry snacks. Oh. I've seen that or going around, but what's the? I haven't never checked the Know Your Meme page for that, but what's the deal with that? Omae wa mou shinderu? Was that like from something, or why is it funny? I mean, I guess it's just kind of funny, but just as it is. But I don't know for how funny it seems to be for other people. It must be a reference to something, but I just don't know. Thoughts on a PG Zogak? I'm totally down for a PG Zogak, of course. That's like top of my list. It's from Fist of the North Star. Okay. Main characters, main line. Okay. Yes, question in caps, if you please. Thanks for that, Shako. Usually Alex is there moderating in the chat. I'm guessing he's either busy or sleeping at the moment. I haven't seen Alex there, so I don't think he's with us at the moment. But yeah, he's usually in there reminding people to put your questions in all caps. But yes, if you have questions that you would like me to see when I glance up at the chat, put them in all caps, and that makes them easier for me to see. Thank you. Yo, thoughts on Tarantino developing a new Star Trek film? I haven't heard about that. That sounds interesting. Don't think we've seen much from Tarantino in the way of sci-fi. I'm sure it would be quite interesting. Is like when it comes to Star Wars, it was like a property, right? Obviously, it was owned by George Lucas, and now it's owned by Disney. But what about Star Trek? I don't know. Is that like as Star Trek as a property? Is that owned by one particular entity? I just don't know. But I'm sure one of you guys know. What the fuck? But J.J. Abrams is okay. Well, sorry, you guys are answering my question. I'm not paying attention to the chat. Star Trek is owned by Paramount. Okay. So then my question would be: is just whoever is the owner, apparently Paramount, would they be okay with someone like Quentin Tarantino taking on that? And I guess if they are, then cool. Okay, this is going to be another tricky maneuver here with the LEDs wiring. Okay, that little bit is to the front. That's through there. Close that up. And we need a couple of polycaps on here. What I would really be much more excited about is the guy. What's the guy's name who directed Kong Skull Island? That wants to do a Metal Gear Solid movie. What I've heard and read briefly about that uh, does make me pretty excited. Seems like he would only really want to do that if he can really do it justice. And I can dig that. Seeing as how Metal Gear Solid is already like halfway a movie anyway, turning that into an actual film or film series, I think would definitely be a lot of fun. Mm. Yeah, I can already kind of start to see why you might have a little bit of trouble here with this waist section just by the way that this is going together. Interesting. Okay. Did your channel get you deeper into Gunpla, or was it this bad before you started already? Um, I'm sure just the adventures of this channel um, contributed to me getting more into Gunpla. Mm, yeah, it's uh, that, that. What if Bandai officially sells through Amazon US, including P Bandai kits? Cool. I don't know. I guess that'd be cool. What the fuck? Okay. Have you found out the real reason for your video getting demonetized? My best guess is the reason why some of my videos are being demonetized is because of like having weapons in them and talking about weapons using words like gun, rifle, bazooka, cannon, things like that are probably recognized by the algorithm. Uh, and that is probably the reason, because it's recognizing the fact that I'm talking about like weapons. That would be my best guess. It's unfortunate, but what's been happening with the demonetization of my videos is videos won't get demonetized for 24 hours. You'll have like a 24-hour period where the video will be safe while it's kind of going through the algorithm. But then after that, so usually right around the 24-hour mark after upload is when the video goes yellow, where it gets demonetized. And then I can request a manual review. And then it takes another 24 hours after that for the manual review to go through. So basically, I'm losing monetization on the second day of my videos. So if you're watching my videos, try to watch it within the first day, within the first 24 hours of uploading, or after the second day. Do you plan to get the MG Uma Lightning Gelgoog? Of course, no doubt about that. And any other subsequent Ace Pilot Log variations of the mass high ability type Gelgoog, I will probably be wanting to get those as well. Probably gonna maybe finish through this step and call it a night, because it is getting a little bit late, and as I mentioned earlier on in the video, I was already quite tired even before starting this live stream, and strongly contemplated whether I was even going to stream tonight or not. So we're going to be wrapping this up here pretty soon. In the future, maybe use cute names to refer to them, e.g. beam rifle, pew pew, bazooka. Yeah, guess that could work. Bazooka and boom boom boom. Yeah. Fave and the Ace Pilot Xeon release. I love that brown and black color scheme of the Gabby Hazard Zaku. That's really cool. I like that because it's really unique. But I also do really like the new Shinmatsu Naga Zaku. The different one, the P-Bandai version. Will you custom paint the PG Exia? Probably whenever I get around to that, but that won't be anytime soon. At this point in my Gunpla building life, it would be really difficult for me to paint something just in not custom colors without at least tweaking the colors a little bit. It's just quite boring for me. If I were to just paint this in like all the official colors, it just seems like, what's the point? I want to make something unique. SFS. Okay. That's pretty much it. So not a whole lot involved parts on this page. Hey, ZakuAurelius, are there any master grade from your backlog you'll review soon besides GM Snapper Custom, maybe older kit? Probably not anytime soon. There's just a lot of things that I'm working on. I don't think I'll have time to reviewing like an older master grade for a while. Sorry to say. Please review the Pt.1 Gundam. I probably won't. I've thought about getting that kit at times, but I probably just never will. I built the Master Grade X Riser. Painted that recently, as you guys may have seen. And I may someday get another Master Grade 00 Gundam. But not really wanting to get the perfect grade. I'm sorry that the way that I'm talking must be really annoying. I'm like talking like this, pausing a lot while I'm in the middle of talking. I'm just really tired. I think that's probably why. I know I just kind of do that normally too, but it's probably worse because of the fact that I'm just quite tired. Where can you get this shirt? Someone out there asked in the chat again about where you can buy this shirt. This particular design is not for sale, but you can get other designs from the online shop. It's newtypeofficial.com. So just put in newtypeofficial. That's all, no hyphen or anything, just newtypeofficial.com. And get yourself some. See, 6 is then this one. That is S2. Warna. 7. 8. 9. Say what now? What now? Oh, I forgot that part. Damn. Isn't that annoying? You guys in the chat, sorry, I'm zoning out. Just trying to get through this. S1 14. When the manual, just to give you an idea, when the manual looks like that, you have to pay attention to it. I mean, it's a mess. So a little more complicated than your average. You know. That clear Shinanju. How many hours to finish this? Probably gonna take me 10 hours, 12 hours. I don't know. Yeah, at this point, it all depends on how focused you can be and how cleanly you want to clean up the nub marks and everything like that. How much sanding and everything like that you want to do along the way. Also, for this particular kit, it would depend if you're building it with the LED unit or not. If you don't have to worry about the LED unit, I'm sure that would probably save you some time as well. Do you wear any breathing protection while sanding? Yeah, for sanding plastic, usually not. I guess you probably should. It wouldn't hurt, but I don't think it's really quite as necessary for just sanding polystyrene plastic. Obviously, you don't want to breathe a lot of it, but one thing you can do is just do wet sanding. That makes less dust. Oh, yo, Zach Pewds uploaded a new whiskey video. Oh, really? Is that like, you mean like new, like right now? Just uploaded a new whiskey video? Because I'm gonna have to go watch that. Someone asked, do you like Transformers? Not really. This is the most amazing, boring live stream ever. Yeah. Sorry about that. I am sure it is. If I was watching this, I wouldn't have stuck around for long either. So mad props to any of you guys who have been sticking around for this live stream for a while. I usually like to be a little bit more talkative, but like I said, number one, I'm quite tired. So that's on me. Sorry. And then the other thing is just that I'm trying to pay close attention to the manual so that I don't mess anything up with the wiring and all of that. So sorry it hasn't been the most engaging live stream, but hopefully planning to stream again tomorrow, and we'll hopefully be a bit more energetic at that time. But for now, I think I'm going to call it a night there. I don't think... okay, I'll run and grab some batteries just so I can light up what I've got here so far for you. Need to check the battery box. Forget how many batteries exactly I need. There we go. Double A, 4 double A's. Okay, so hang on just a minute. Go grab some batteries. And then I can show you guys at least what this center of the torso frame. Zek's codename Wind, yay, nay, or gay? It's a little bit gay, to be honest. Oh, this base is too big. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close that up. Close that up. And so into here. Oh, that plugs onto the action base here. Those wires are plugged in like that. I think those are plugged in enough. Nothing's happening. Maybe those aren't plugged in all the way. On. Nothing's happening. Why not? Should be working, right? Well, why wouldn't it be? Should that light be on? No, that's not a light. There is no light. So, what's the deal? I'm not stupid. Those are all there. Does, like, something have to actually be doing something else? Let there be light, or will there be light? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know why there wouldn't be light, but why is there no light? Why you no light? You no light? Light? You plugged in, but you no light. Why you light? No light? Well, let's check the goddamn manual. Alright, where is this? Yeah, man, that's what I did. What the fuck? Excuse me. How annoying. When you go through all that work and frustration, and then it doesn't light up. Oh, yeah, okay. That's what your boy did. Why doesn't it light up? Does maybe the GN drive actually needs to be in there or something, like to complete some kind of circuit? But that's right. It should at least just light up the main light in the center of the torso. Come on, man. On. Start. Maybe it takes a minute. Early unit for the GN drive must be connected. I heard. Okay, yeah, so, yeah. Someone saying the RC television there in the chat is saying, yeah, the LED unit does have to be connected because, yeah, you can see in the back there, there's like some connections for that. Bummer. So, no light tonight, guys. Failed live stream. But we made some progress. We got this much done so far. I'm planning to hopefully live stream again tomorrow night, but also maybe going to be filming my Gunpla News video tomorrow night as well, so we'll just have to see about the time of that. So if not tomorrow night, well, anyway, I'll be streaming more. Just make sure you follow my Facebook page to stay updated on when I'll be streaming that. Yeah, or wait and watch it later when you can watch it at like double speed or something. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Those of you guys who were hanging out in the chat, this is kind of my just noticing that's loose. Okay. Anyway, do it tomorrow with a Bud Light. Yeah, maybe a Bud Light. We'll see. Yeah, it's okay, my man. I enjoyed a hangout stream the first time I saw. Keep up the good work. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. See you next time. Just a little heads up, the next video tomorrow that I'm going to be uploading, a normal video, not a live stream, is a quick fix video. Haven't done one of those for a while. So yeah, look forward to that tomorrow, and then some more live streaming later. Bye bye.